Hello and welcome to Acoustic Review. My name is Ben Morgan Brown and today I'm looking at the Fairmount CH Limited HG from Godin Guitars. Built on an OM-esque concert hall sized body, the Fairmount features a solid Sitka spruce top and solid rosewood back and sides. A mahogany neck is topped with a 25.5 inch Richlight fingerboard with a 1.72 inch nut, and with an LR Baggs Anthem pickup installed and a Godin gig bag included, the Fairmount has an RRP of £2,099. Let's have another listen to the guitar now and then please join me afterwards for my thoughts. I really like the vintage vibes that this guitar is giving off. It seems to me to mix a few elements of classic American brands together whilst not appearing like a mishmash and whilst also keeping its own character. The Sitka spruce top is evenly grained with some nice silking and the rosewood back and sides have a lovely chocolatey hue. The guitar does feel a little heavy to me. I compared it to my own OM guitar, which is also rosewood and Sitka, and it was noticeably heavier. It's not 70s Les Paul territory by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not light as a feather either. Although the guitar is generally very well made, there are a few signs of untidiness internally. Braces not entirely smooth, glue blobs in the curving, etc. And they do let the guitar down a bit. Most worryingly, there are a few sharp fret ends. Now this may well be due to humidity changes, but a Richlight fingerboard should be very stable, so I can't help but think they were like this from the factory, which is very disappointing. Something that doesn't disappoint though is the tone. It's a bold and powerful tone that manages to produce good amounts of bass without mush and clean, thick sounding trebles too. To my ear, the guitar sounds bigger than it actually is, while still maintaining the delicacy and responsiveness of a concert size. It's an encompassing tone and one that's right up my street. The LR Baggs Anthem is a pickup I've used a lot myself and I've always found it to be a great plug-in and go system, and it works very well in this guitar. To my ear, the mic volume could be adjusted down a little bit, but that's certainly personal preference and I'd happily gig this guitar knowing I could get a reliable and pleasing tone in a variety of venues. The neck is a fairly standard C-shaped profile, which I think most players will easily adapt to. For my preferences, it is a little bland without that comforting feeling of a neck that sits right in the hand, but there's nothing of concern in the profile and I'm sure most of you out there would find it just right. The action could come down a bit both at the nut and at the bridge. As it stands, it feels a bit tight to me, although I do prefer a more slinky feel, particularly around the first few frets. Again, it's perfectly adequate, but for my liking, I'd have a good tech give it a final tweak. Compared to similar guitars from well-known US brands, £2,099 for an all-solid rosewood spruce OM built in Canada seems a fair price to me. Although the included gig bag is good quality, I really think a guitar at this price should include a hard case for extra protection. But with prices rising significantly across the industry in recent years, I can understand why the bag may have been included to keep some costs down. Overall, I'd say my experience with the Fairmount has been very positive. I really like the style of the guitar, I think the tone is great, it comes with a very good pickup, but a couple of niggles prevent it getting a perfect score, the sharp fret ends being the most important. That aside, given a quick tickle by a good luthier, the Fairmount would be an excellent guitar, one that shows Godin can certainly provide a viable alternative to some of the more established brands. I hope you've enjoyed this video from Acoustic Review. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be kept up to date when we post new videos, and I look forward to seeing you next time.